Welcome. I am trying something new. This is going to be a long form video. And in the middle of it, you're going to see me record my short, which I'm going to do right now. Hello. I don't know what's going on in the world. Do you? Stay or scroll. I know what's going on in my world. Music, learning, trying to stay cool because it's going to be hot again today. It was hot yesterday, but not so much. Am I just giving you weather reports now? Is that because I don't know what to say? Stay tuned and find out. Or go to my newsletter at tokenblindguy.com. It's free unless you want to support me. Or support my puppy so you can get more treats. Thanks, love, and peace. And just like that, I have recorded the short. Hopefully that was under a minute because I don't feel like editing it. So, what do I do for 8 minutes? Was working on a song last night. Well, working on a few. I know people are like, don't use AI. And, you know, I get that. People are afraid that, quote unquote, real artists are going to suffer. I don't think so, as long as the streaming services control the streams. They'll control whatever happens. So they have more power than AI creators do. It's weird because I don't think my songs are the best. I mean, obviously because I'm just writing lyrics and then using AI to try and come up with something that I think works with the lyrics, which is harder than you think. Or maybe not harder than you think. I don't know what you think, but it seems that way. It seems like people think you just go, hey, AI, create me a song. And then a song is created that will overwhelm real musicians and real lyricists. And I can tell you, having worked with it, it's not perfect, not in audio quality, not in trying to get the style that I want. Even if I pick just a simple style, it tends to, like all AI, go very, very generic. Like the lowest common denominator. You have to really push it and try. And I go through all of my credits a month, and some months I buy more. Oh, we're at the corner. Okay, Cameron, right. And like last night, I was trying to tweak a song. I have written it in a non-standard format, so it works better in either 3/4 or 5/4. Suno cannot do a 5/4. It does 4/4 even if I tell it to do a waltz or a 3/4 waltz most of the time. But the song does not work in a 4/4 time. The lyrics just are slightly off, but in a 3/4, that works very well. And then, how do you make it not sound like a circus? It's a dark, self-reflecting, these are the things that I think about, but they're not culturally acceptable. And maybe some of them are just not morally good, but they're still thoughts and still parts of me that I have to deal with. And that's in a song. And trying to get Suno to repeat that feeling is very difficult. It makes some really good and interesting things, but there's a mismatch with the lyrics in a way that I don't like. And since I'm actually doing this for myself, putting out music that I like to listen to and to share with people, it's meaningful to me, and hopefully one person will get something out of them, because that would be pretty amazing. But yeah, so that's what working with Suno is. I also use ChatGPT and Producer AI for their LLM services. A lot of times what I'll use ChatGPT for is I will ask it for some inspiration, or I will tell it, this is what I'm thinking about, and it'll help me work through how to break it down, then sometimes it'll give me little writing prompts. Like it'll ask me to do a line with 4 syllables. Do 3 more lines with 4 syllables. Now create a second verse with the same amount of lines as the first with 4 syllables. And then we create a song out of that. If I have a song inspiration, I just brainstorm it all out. I dump it into ChatGPT, and the AI helps me sort out the interesting things and the less than interesting things. And then I write a song. And then I give it to ChatGPT and ask it to critique it. Ask it to do what it thinks the melody would be and any issues with the melody, where the stresses are, where the meter might be. I find that very helpful because I can't see the words, and listening to a screen reader read them to you isn't all that effective in figuring out where it is, and I don't want to just start dumping songs in to the AIs and see what they do. When I get close to a full lyric, I'm on the busy street now. It's much longer than I thought it would be. But once I get onto the producer AI, I will have it critique my lyrics there if I use it. Most of the time I don't. But I'll have it critique my lyrics, see if it gives me any embellishment ideas. If I like them, I keep them. If I don't, I toss them. Usually what AI does is give me ideas I hadn't thought about. Usually the stuff it comes up with is trash. Like I said, it tends to go to the common denominator and not to the fringes or some experimental or interesting things. Suno's getting better at it. But then when I'm done that, I have producer AI create a few. I tweak them to the point where I think they're reasonable. And then I pop them into Suno, because Suno's where I actually make the music that I'm going to release, because I think the sound quality is better. It's deeper, it's richer. If you listen closely, you can still hear flaws. The vocals still have sort of that AI twinge, if you care. I don't think most people care, because most people are still just consuming and not critiquing. And once it's in Suno, I tweak the lyrics a little bit more based on what I end up wanting to go with genre-wise or style-wise. And then once I get the lyrics nailed down, then I mess around with the styles and trying to get Suno to give me what I want, which brings me back to a 3/4 looping waltz style. It struggles with that. It keeps wanting to do 4/4, and when it does 3/4, you can tell that the lyrics are specifically better there than they are at the other way around. So, and then you can go listen to my songs on any of your streaming services, tokenblindguy.com, or you can see them here, since the channel you're watching currently has all my music, which I'm gonna try and start writing videos for. But I think that's it for now. This experiment is an experiment, obviously. Once again, go to tokenblindguy.com for my free newsletter, or you can support me there. Think of it as like a Patreon where you get a newsletter 3 times a week. Thanks, love and peace.